Good morning, everyone. I had another hiatus for a few days, but now I'm back. And I wanted to kind of give everybody an update on what's going on with this war between, um, I guess, Israel, the U.S., and Iran. As you probably know, they've already blocked the Straits of Hormuz. Um, it is really a sad situation. Now, what we're going to be looking at gas prices going up and food prices going up. And because the oil is what's being used, obviously, to transport produce, when the oil goes up and the gasoline goes up, they have to add that to the price of the commodities and the fruits, vegetables, and everything that has to be transferred to the retailers. In addition to that, the liquid gas that comes out of the Middle East. Also, they have fertilizers that come out. And I think 80% of fertilizer comes out of that area. For what reason, I haven't really looked into. But that means the price of agriculture is going to go up because the cost of producing the agriculture with the fertilizer is going to go up. The other issue is this war seems to be headed towards an endless war because it appears as though Israel wants what they consider Greater Israel, which encompasses part of Lebanon, part of Saudi Arabia, part of Egypt, and all of the West Bank, and all of Gaza. And also, it goes to the Euphrates, so the Greater Israel is going to include parts of Afghanistan. So it's quite a swath of land. And if they're looking to have a Greater Israel, they're not looking for a two-state solution. This is unfortunate because the U.S., according to some geopolitical politicians, it seems that the U.S. is financing the war that we're having with Iran. Iran has been no immediate threat because Trump himself had said that in the June attack with our bunker buster that we destroyed their potential for making nuclear weapons. So now we're in April, and the question is, I'm sorry, we're still in March, and the question is, who has said that they were making bomb-grade uranium? Even there were a few people that have done the evaluation and said that there's no way that Iran is an immediate threat. One of the issues that we're having now with Iran is that they have something like 30 sites that are independent of a central command, and they evaluate the military situation, and they have strikes based on their evaluation. The other issue is that they have an autonomous drone collection that they disperse automatically, whether or not there's someone, it's like on a timer. They release so many of the drones for certain targets, whether a human is there regulating it or not. And they set it up that way so that if the command is remove through bombing, the autonomous drones will still be on the timer, and they will continue to release drones that strikes targets that Israel can no longer defend. This is becoming a very, very dangerous war, not only for the U.S., but for the world. I hope saner minds prevail in the U.S. and people start realizing that giving $3.8 billion annually to Israel for armaments is not a prudent idea. The other issue with that is, even after we give them the $3.8 billion a year, each time their stockpiles of munition is depleted, we have an obligation to replenish their stockpile. The U.S. doesn't have the money to sustain this war. When you consider the fact that we're also fighting in Ukraine, we're supporting that war. We could only be spread out so far and spend so much money before things are going to come home to roost. And what I mean by that is our medical coverage, our Social Security benefits for veterans and elders is going to be impacted if we don't make it known to our politicians that we no longer want to participate in this war because we don't have the money to do that. I know in some respects I seem to be moving from one subject to the other, but they're all tied together. We need to do something. We need a short-term solution and we need a long-term solution. Israel needs to, if they want to continue these wars, they need to pay for these wars on their own. And when it comes down to paying for them on their own, then these wars will stop. I have some other insights I'd like to share with you at a later time, but I just wanted to give you a heads up on what I see is a perilous situation in the Middle East, fighting Iran, because Iran has been very astute about how to address the attack from Israel. We have to do something about this. This is about all I'm going to say today, but we will talk later.